Okay, peace. 1, 2, 3. Campaign show live Saturday night school. More receipts, more news, views, opinions. Immediately put the StreamYard link in the chat so y'all can get in and get on with me immediately. Peace to Ma Jabril. Salute. Rich Mob gods are I gotta come up with a better word than craziest because y'all not crazy. But Wrench Mob in the building. Campaign show live Sunday night school. More receipts. Just want to make myself available, but I did want to just go and play a receipt, get right to it. Let me just get right to it for anybody that
the Grand Sheikh.
This has to do with receipts. Y'all can read what it says right here. For the opponents that I've been responding to for this past week, this is all this is, just dedicated to that. And it's asking the question: who exactly are y'all's real Muslim top scholars that accuse Farrakhan and the NOI of being guilty of shirk or polytheism? That's what shirk means, I guess. Polytheism, paganism. Are they, by any chance, the Sunni Arab rulers of Mecca? Are they the ones? So, but yeah, let's go and pull these receipts up. Let's get to it. Safi Ali, we each other's little brother. Jabril and Ma, we each other's little brother. So I'm gonna go lower than you. I'm gonna get lower than you.
Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, on behalf of the Muslim world, we have the Grand Sheikh of Cyprus, the Grand Sheikh Mohammed Subhi Bello, the Grand Sheikh from Egypt and the Vice President of Al-Azhar University, Sheikh Abu Al-Azaim, and the Grand Sheikh of Yemen, Sheikh Abu Ghazala, and our Sheikh from Ghana and Nigeria, Dr. Abdul Razak Tahir, who want to show their admiration, and our Sheikh Yusuf Shibli, who want to show their appreciation for the leadership of our brother, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, by recognizing him as an Imam of the Muslim world.
This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why they not. No, but that's just a joke. But this is why they hot. This is why they hotter than fish grease, cayenne pepper. This is why they biting their fingertips in rage against Farrakhan and the NOI for this right here.
Takbir! 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 Subhanallah! Walhamdulillah! Wa la ilaha illallah! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Walillahi alhamd!
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد رسول الله. إخوة الإيمان، بوركتم وبورك مؤتمركم، وستنهل وستنهمر منه البركات واليمن والخيرات على أمة الإسلام. إن هذه العمامة التي وضعت على رأس الأخ الفاضل الوزير فركان هي شعار الإسلام، والعلماء ورثة الأنبياء، وبما أنه قائد إسلامي يود جمع كلمة المسلمين والسير بهم نحو العزة والكرامة، فقد وضعت هذه العمامة شعار العزة والكرامة والعلم لورثة الأنبياء في الأرض على هذا الرأس المسلم.
In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most beneficent, blessed are you and blessed is this conference. And in the symbol of the leadership and the knowledge of the Quran, we signify that, symbolize that by putting this cap on the head of our leader, Brother Louis Farrakh Khan, because
Not your leader.
because the scholars and the knowledgeable of the people are the inheritors of the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to signify that, we have put that on his head in order to show our appreciation and to show that he is knowledgeable and will lead the Islamic nation, inshallah.
And will lead the, not part of a, lead the Islamic nation. One nation of Islam, not you little ninjas in North America. Let's back this up and let these top scholars allow them to reintroduce themselves. My name is Dun Dun Dun. Okay, let's rewind this.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Brothers and sisters, on behalf of the Muslim world, we have the Grand Sheikh of Cyprus.
He didn't say on behalf of Germantown, Philly. He didn't say on behalf of Germantown, Philadelphia. He didn't say nothing remotely close to local representation. Let me back that up again. Let me back that thing up one more time and let them introduce themselves.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Brothers and sisters, on behalf of the Muslim world, we have the Grand Sheikh of Cyprus, the Grand Sheikh Mohammed Subhi Bello.
Cyprus, on behalf of the Muslim world, and all of these, this is what me and Brother Wallah Tajik Khan always be talking about, Brother T, is who are the wise men of the East that saw the Christ child being born and wanted to come make sure they made themselves known by bringing gifts, myrrh and frankincense and gold and whatever else. Which one's are present and which premier party is not present? Read my little thing. You know, I'm gonna let them read off the countries that they represent of Muslim world that are the scholars of millions and hundreds of millions of people. These men represent millions and hundreds of millions, or tens of millions and hundreds of millions of people. We know Iran is not there, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to go to share my screen and we're going to take care of that. But who's missing? Who's missing from here?
The Grand Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Brothers and sisters, on behalf of the Muslim world, we have the Grand Sheikh of Cyprus.
The Grand Sheikh of Cyprus. Y'all can go on your globe, get your globe, and write these countries down.
The Grand Sheikh Mohammed Subhi Bello, the Grand Sheikh from Egypt and the Vice President of Al-Azhar University.
The Grand means top. The Grand Sheikh of Egypt, who is also the Vice President of Al-Azhar University.
Sheikh Abu Al-Azaim, and the Grand Sheikh of Yemen,
The Grand Sheikh of Yemen,
Sheikh Abu Ghazala, and our Sheikh from Ghana and Nigeria,
the Sheikh from, I don't know if it's the Grand Sheikh, but he says the Sheikh from Ghana, Africa, and Nigeria, Africa.
Abdul Razak Tahir, who want to show their admiration, and our Sheikh Yusuf Shibli, who want to show their appreciation for the leadership of our brother, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, by recognizing him as an Imam of the Muslim world.
Alrighty then.
Okay. No, peace out.
Takbir! 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 Subhanallah! Walhamdulillah! Wa la ilaha illallah! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Walillahi alhamd!
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد رسول الله. إخوة الإيمان، بوركتم وبورك مؤتمركم، وستنهل وستنهمر منه البركات واليمن والخيرات على أمة الإسلام. إن هذه العمامة التي وضعت على رأس الأخ الفاضل الوزير فركان هي شعار الإسلام، والعلماء ورثة الأنبياء، وبما أنه قائد إسلامي يود جمع كلمة المسلمين والسير بهم نحو العزة والكرامة، فقد وضعت هذه العمامة شعار العزة والكرامة والعلم لورثة الأنبياء في الأرض على هذا الرأس المسلم.
In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most beneficent, blessed are you and blessed is this conference. And in the symbol of the leadership and the knowledge of the Quran, we signify that, symbolize that by putting this cap on the head of our leader, Brother Louis Farrakhan, because the scholars and the knowledgeable of the people are the inheritors of the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to signify that, we have put that on his head in order to show our appreciation and to show that he is knowledgeable and will lead the Islamic nation, inshallah, with his inspiration.
Takbir! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Walillahi alhamd!
Inheritors of the prophets, you are.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Never in my wildest imaginations could I have dreamed that by becoming a student of Islam,
Watch him bang it. Watch him bang it. Go on and bang out. Bang woman.
under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Bang. Bang it. Bang it.
who taught me of the Quran and showed me the glorious life of the Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, peace be upon him, who laid the foundation upon which we stand. And only his sunnah, only his way, only his practice will lead us to success in establishing Islam in America and reviving the spirit of Islam in Muslims throughout the world. Master Farad Muhammad.
Bang it. Bang it. See, this is why they hot. And this is why we not. Bang it. So he, you know, and keep in mind, this is them coming here. This is the wise ones. This is the wise men of the East. These are the wisest, apparently, at that time of the East, who recognized the Christ child, the little Messiah child, as soon as he was born, and they wanted to make sure that they made themselves known and put themselves on that baby shower registry. These are the gifts that we're giving. This is the gift that we, you know, we're acknowledging you. But this is why they absolutely are enraged, and we are the opposite of that. So let's keep listening.
Gave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad 104 books to study. And he said the best book that he was given was the Holy Quran. He said when he was given the Quran, he was given it in Arabic. And he said, but I cannot read Arabic.
So he said, you cannot be my messenger, Elijah, because according to Germantown and them in Philly and others, if you don't know Arabic, you're not qualified to be a messenger of Allah, because I only do Arabic for my messengers. Oh, no, my bad. He didn't tell him that. What did he tell him?
So Master Farad Muhammad gave him a Quran with English and Arabic and said, when you read Arabic, I will give you an Arabic Quran.
And ooh, you don't know parts of that new Quran.
There's a little more to it than that, but I won't go further. But out of those 104 books, every one of those books contains some aspect of the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Why did Master Farad Muhammad want the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to know details and aspects of the life and work of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him? It was because it is only through studying the life of Prophet Muhammad and how he established Islam in Arabia and how it spread from Arabia to the ends of the earth would we be able to establish Islam in America, where they have never wanted Islam to be established.
So how is Islam going to be established in America when we don't speak Arabic? So we disqualified, according to Germantown and them, that we need to take, you know, we need to fall under their authority for them to teach us Islam, and then they're going to have to teach us the correct interpretation of the Quran, when the Quran itself says none knows its interpretation, its correct full interpretation, except Allah. So we just ish out of luck, because, you know, we don't know Arabic, and God ain't coming to, you know, give us no new message. The last message was 1,400 years ago. So we just ish out of luck without a paddle.
I am so honored to be on this platform with so many distinguished ulama, scholars, scientists of the greatest magnitude. And yet here they are in America.
Yet here they are visiting the North Star, the North Country, where the little Jesus boy is, bearing gifts, not just a hat, a crown that represents the crown of Islam, if y'all don't know, but they also was bearing gifts symbolic of frankincense and myrrh and gold, which had to do with, he's going to speak on it in a second.
With a community of people who once were lost. But our brothers and sisters of Islam came.
Let me stop. So unless Sal Capone, this is what I'm doing this for, because I want the cayenne pepper, to get in your nose, Sal. And instead of typing Sal Capone, I don't know if you're a Muslim, why you want to be calling yourself Capone instead of a name of Allah, but Sal Capone says this is not a representation of the Ummah. The Ummah. Political power has nothing to do with the deen, and they are no reputable scholars there. They wouldn't be screaming takbir on the podium like that. Okay, well, we want you to hop on here. No, don't, we're gonna give him more than 3 minutes. Just hang around, Sal, because I want to finish this, and then because this is not the only receipts. You know what I'm saying? This is just enough to get your blood boiling. So hopefully you'll stay around long enough to grow the little testicles to hop on the live after I play, some more receipts. So tune in. Thank you, Sal. Tune in.
Came and shared magnificent knowledge with us. And every one of us that heard them were enlightened by them and grew as a result of our connection to them. Never again shall they be able to say that there's a gap between the lost found members of the Nation of Islam in the West and our Muslim brothers and sisters all over the earth. All sheikhs.
Okay. I guess this little humble master of sheikhs is also represent political power also. Let's check him out, Sal.
The Abuna Sheikh, the sheikh of all sheikhs.
You see, he black. He got on sandals. He clearly don't look like he represents no political powers, right? Political representation. Is he part of the Deen? Sal Capone is the Abuna Sheikh from Medina. Political sellout.
Who's in Medina? Yes, sir. Put him up on the screen. He is respected as one of the top spiritual authorities in the world, who lived in Medina and received me in his humble dwelling.
Humble dwelling? It wasn't a gold-plated castle. It wasn't a Saudi Arabia palace. Humble little boy. He looked humble. He looked like a little dusty floor, dusty carpet or rug.
When he laid eyes on me, he spoke these words with strength. Shaja'a, Shaja'a, Shaja'a. It means courage, boldness, bravery, valor, guts, brawler, spunk. He knew that Farrakhan was one of the most courageous men in the world because he has called Satan out for the fight.
So Germantown or Sal Capone, what global Satans have you or your leaders called out? Instead of calling out Farrakhan or calling out the NOI, what global tyrants do y'all have a track record or a history or any receipts of actually calling out and them acknowledging you back? And them acknowledging you back like they acknowledge Farrakhan back. Put that in the chat, Sal, before we get on live.
He said to me, brother, I pray for you 500 times a day. And this was also mentioned by one of his students. Yes, sir. When I went downstairs to have some tea, a little argument was going on. That's right. Upstairs. I wasn't paying it any attention. That's right. But on my departure, he gave the minister his cloak, yes, sir. His cape. In Arabic, it's called mishla, which means inheritance and authority. Yes, sir. Whatever he was over, he gave it to me.
But he was a political. Let's go back to Sal. But he's not a representation. Abona Sheikh is not a representation of the Ummah. He's according to Sal, he's a representation of political power that has nothing to do with the deen. There are no reputable scholars there. Again, that's according to your interpretation. This is the problem here: is belief versus interpretation, right? Because you don't have no knowledge. You just believe that, Allah's a spook or a ghost, or you believe that we're committing shirk, right? But if you believe anything, that means you don't know it, right? You want us to believe in your limited interpretation. So you say, if we don't believe in your interpretation of Allah or Islam, then we're committing shirk. And you're hotter than fish grease, and you're enraged, biting your fingers, your fingertips in rage. But the Quran says, expire in your rage. Why are you so enraged? Why are y'all so angry? The spirit of Islam and the spirit of Allah, even against his enemies, is just calm. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can be passionate or not, but we're not hurling no shirk insults at y'all or accusations. We just doing our work, raising our people, and we've been doing that since 1930. We got the history and the track record of uniting gang members nationwide. People like the Million Man March. The most despised and rejected people. The Arab Islam didn't do that for us. No Arabs came and raised us up doing nothing. They didn't come talking about nothing until after Master Fard Muhammad came and raised us up. Now everybody else want to take credit or say that they're the real authority and we doing it wrong. We got redeemed wrong. We got reformed wrong based on wrong information. So our reforming don't really count. Man, too bad for us.
It's no longer in Medina. It's here. Put it over my shoulder. He gave me his staff. His spoken staff. His staff in Arabic is called asaya, which means authority.
Not authority.
Now,
No.
I'm just traveling in the world, making friends, meeting friends, and now they're telling me something about myself that I was not aware of.
Man, so let's hear about because you got a problem. You want to claim that he's with the elite. He's with the political uppity upscale sold out fake Muslim political party. But then you see he got that on lock. And then we show you the top a bonus sheikh, father of sheikhs, that represents the dusty black Africans or the masses of the poor that's in Medina, in Mecca, because there is racism and classism in Saudi Arabia and Mecca. So he got the authority of a bonus sheikh on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Then he got the respect and authority of these unreputable scholars of Al-Azhar University and I forgot whatever it is, Yemen and wherever else. But let's get y'all a little hotter. Let's see if we can get things a little hotter, shall we? Let me go share my screen. See if I can share this. Y'all really ain't gonna like this one because this has to do with the Shia. You know what I'm saying? You know, Shia they not official. But let's play this.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
In the Muslim world is not America, nor is it Israel, nor is it the West. The problem in the Muslim world is that our world has deviated from the path of Prophet Muhammad and from the teachings of the Holy Quran.
Okay, so this is y'all number one ops, right? This is y'all ops. This is Shia Muslims, 6 or 7 million Shia Muslims in Iran, the capital of Iran, Tehran. Minister Farrakhan has the authority to chastise 6 to 7 million Shia Muslims and not blame their problem is America or Israel or whatever. No, your problem is that you and we, our nation, our Orthodox global world of Islam has deviated from the true and correct path of the Prophet. May Allah be pleased with him. Where is your dudes? Where is the Germantown representation here? Why are they allowing this man to come up here and say that? Why they didn't just stomp him out as soon as he starts saying something that disagree with what they like? Is he their puppet? Somebody is somebody's puppet, right? Somebody is clearly influencing somebody. So either Farrakhan is the Dajjal, the Antichrist Dajjal that y'all want to say y'all looking for, or he is the real deal of the opposite of that, which is the Messiah. It's either one of the two because he's on a global level. He's not on some Germantown, Philly local, mad upsetness. He's on a global level talking to the Muslim world, right? So let's play this again and listen to what he say. This gotta burn. This has to burn.
The problem in the Muslim world is not America, nor is it Israel, nor is it the West. The problem in the Muslim world is that our world has deviated from the path of Prophet Muhammad and from the teachings of the Holy Quran.
Okay, now let's go to another one. Let's share this screen. Let me get up out of here real quick. Pardon me.
The best place to order restaurant catering for your workplace.
Hold on, pardon me. Stop. Okay, let's listen to another one. We just getting started. This is gonna be like a sauna. If you ever had a spa day, this is Sunday. It's gonna be your spa day, your sauna, your sauna day. All right. So let's go from that side to the opposite faith. Let's check this out.
Get the picture. Two Jewish rabbis stayed for hours downstairs in the lobby of our hotel. And they came upstairs finally. Mr. Harry Belafonte was in my suite. We were talking, and the Jewish rabbis gave me this. And believe me, people give me stuff, but I was so dumb, I didn't know what this is, you know. But I went home and I read the words. Yes, sir. To the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You are the Messiah of the world. Look at this. And you are the Messiah to every human who wants to be civilized.
Let me play that again. You are the Messiah of the world, and you are the Messiah to every human on earth who wants to be civilized. So, he didn't identify these highly reputable placed Ashkenazi white Jewish rabbis, elderly or older rabbis, and there's no need to say their names, but anybody that knows, knows. But let's just play it again, and then we're gonna come back to the Islamic, Muslim world of Africa. Since these is all sellout tools of Satan of the Dajjal, we just gonna go to the grassroots after this.
A beautiful chalice, silver, in a cup that the chalice is placed in. Get the picture. Two Jewish rabbis stayed for hours downstairs in the lobby of our hotel. And they came upstairs finally. Mr. Harry Belafonte was in my suite. We were talking, and the Jewish rabbis gave me this. And believe me, people give me stuff, but I was so dumb, I didn't know what this is, But I went home and I read the words. Yes, sir. To the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You are the Messiah of the world. Look at this.
Thank you. Walking down around. I got that. Thank you.
And you are the Messiah to every human who wants to be civilized.
So he's either the Antichrist or he's the real one. He's either the Messiah or the Antichrist. Anthony L said, Sal ain't even black. Man. But they gotta send our little stripper minions, when your little 304 twerkers that y'all used to paying to twerk against us ain't doing a good enough job. They ain't getting enough tips. You gotta come out yourself, huh? You gotta come out yourself and try to dance. Well, check this out though. You see who that is? That they just tried to use, Mutar tried to use against me, against us yesterday or day before yesterday. That's Imam Muhyiddin Muhammad. May Allah be pleased with him. At a Savior's Day event I think it's 2000, the year 2000. Look what he said. I'm gonna stop it. He, of course, he's allowed, access and VIP access, but he came onto the stage while the minister was talking and said this in his ear.
Allah is with you.
He says, Allah is with you.
You are with me.
You're with me together. The community that, you want to have bloodshed with each other. You want us to look at him with, and his community as hot and cayenne and outraged as you are against us. We don't look at you like that. We just expose you for being the real mischief makers, the real bloodthirsty, warmongering minions, 304s of the real enemy. And I don't even say the real enemy is the Saudi so-called royal family, because that's not who our father said was his greatest enemy. They might be in bed with his greatest enemy, but the Saudis, that's not, just because. Well, I would like to just hear whoever y'all think is the official scholars. Can y'all bring me a list of the official reputable scholars of the real Islam that really represents the masses of the 2 billion Muslims on the planet? Because I don't want to hear your feelings or your emotions. I need a list. I need some names, because, I'm bringing people that stating their name, rank, serial number. You know what I'm saying? You know where they at. Even if you call them sellouts, that's cool. Maybe they are. I don't know. Bring the real ones that's not sellouts. Let's line them up. Right. But just let me go back real quick and share this screen. And Balenci Aziz, I'm gonna get to you as soon as I finish this real quick. Give me a few more minutes. Dang. Pardon me. Share. Okay. Yeah, let's just start from up here. And I want y'all to do this. I want y'all to go to YouTube when y'all get a chance and do what I just did. Type in up here, in the search bar, type in Farrakhan World Friendship Tour, or tours with an S, either one. Farrakhan World Friendship Tours. And then you'll be able to see the receipts for yourself. You can decide whether this is all just political, elitist, political elitist type stuff, or is it real Islam? Is it real grassroots level stuff? There go Muammar Gaddafi. Was he an elitist? There go Russia and Kazakhstan and all of that. Y'all just go through it yourself, right? Let me turn it down real quick. Fair use. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? Egypt, Iran, all of the mosques that you say is sacred, all of the cities in Holy Land that you say is sacred. Like I said, all over the planet. I don't got enough paper or ink for the receipts that we got over here, but you can do this, what I'm doing right now. Type in Farrakhan's World Friendship Tours, and you're going to see all of that. You're going to see, the titles, Farrakhan Umrah delegation in 2019, and how the people is swamping him. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, this is the camp right here. The reality of nation of Kufr, the nation of Islam under Farrakhan. We're a nation of Kufr. This is Germantown Masjid. So everybody go over there and tell them Cam sent you. Follow them, like, subscribe. But just scroll for yourself. It's easy. You just got to type it in and go through the World Friendship Tours. And then this last little piece I wanted to play is from our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be his name, Elijah Muhammad. Listen to this.
Hypocrisy was the death of many righteous. Yes, sir. But God have assured me that this is the end of your hypocrisy. Yes, sir. You won't be able to put that over on him. That's right. All praise to Allah. You think I'm an easy pushover. I think I am myself if I was let alone just myself. But I have God with me for you to push over. Then as it is written, I have his angels with me. Yes, sir. That's right. And then I have my followers, the righteous. Every year, I know whip up. That's right. Evil. Against me. I want you to remember this. We're not afraid of you. That's right. We don't want to mistreat you. That's right. But if you come to us trying to mistreat us, we'll give you just what you're trying to give us. You can't hide from us. Right, the apostle. I don't care where you go. You won't hide from us. We will get you in the end. God come to do you good, and you want to do him evil through his messenger. No. We give you what you want to give us. You treat us right, we treat you right. You want to fight us, we will fight you.
So you heard it. That's the warning from our Father. Fair warning, last warning. You know, first and last warning. So is your move, especially the ones that was in my inbox saying that's what you wanted. You wanted to see some plasma fluid. You know, so all you gotta do is initiate it. I ain't gonna call you out. I ain't gonna call no names. Y'all know who y'all are. So all you gotta do is do it. And let's see how it goes. Balenci Aziz, are you there?
Yes, sir. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
Yes, salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say. Just ask permission on. Well, the first thing permission is I think you and the brothers got me blocked. I mean, I don't know, but I was wondering, can y'all unblock me?
I got you blocked. What was your name? I don't block nobody. I don't think, but you're on here right now. So how you blocked under another name?
Well, on my account is Balenci.
No, I'm saying you blocked where?
Balenci or Forrest.
No, listen to what I'm saying. You saying you blocked on here on YouTube or on Instagram or somewhere else? Where you
on YouTube. At? On YouTube, yes, sir. On YouTube.
You on YouTube right now? That's how you on here.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought I'm on through StreamYard.
No, I think it's the same thing. So
okay. I don't know either. Yes, sir. But the other couple of things, and I'm gonna let you go. Just to put you on radar. Of course, I'm not a person that speak good or whatever like that. I'm more of maybe a foot soldier. But it's a brother that I finger box on here on YouTube. Named Pure Islam. I guess he pronounced it Islam. And just to let you know, his name, your name is in his mouth. So I don't know if you know it or not, but just like I said, I finger box with him in the comments. The other brother, I got a feeling, since your name is in the algorithm, you and the Napoleon brother, what's his name?
Mutar.
Yes, sir. I got a homeboy from the Sandbox named Taharka Bay. I don't know if you're familiar with him. And a lot of times, with these YouTuber cats, whenever their views down, that's when they bring us into it. The nation or the minister or the messenger. And I got a feeling, my homeboy Tahak, and I love him to death, but I got a feeling I know him. And he called me every so often. And when he don't call me, it's probably because he gonna find something about the nation that he gonna want to talk about to get his little views and numbers up. And I got a feeling he may bring you up just to let you know. So you
Well,
may
I
want to
think
look him up.
is he like a Moor dude? Like
Yes,
wearing
sir.
a Moor fez?
Yes, sir. Moore's World TV.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
brother.
No, he tried that a couple of months ago, and it's like some weirdo stuff. I was like, man, I don't participate in it. I don't engage in it. It was like some real weird, like he already did put my name, because I don't know if I was I was kind of, it was another subject, or it might have been another person or somebody that I was expressing, retaliating against, and then he tried to insert himself in it and said, I got a big post. I invite you to come on live. I'm like, no, thank you. I
That's
don't know
him.
you.
That's him. That's him. That's him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
was
him.
like, no, thank you. I'm all right. I don't need to get
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
him.
I'm not here for the same reason you are.
Yeah, that's him. That's and like I said, that's my homeboy from the sandbox ever since elementary school. And every so often he comes to the mosque and the minister let him upstairs or whatever like that. And I mess with him. But just like I said, he may bring your name up again because your name is in the algorithm. So and I just want that's all I want to get on here and let you know.
Oh yeah, thank you,
Yes, sir.
brother
All right.
Aziz.
And I love y'all. Assalamu alaikum.
Man, wa alaikum salam. Love you too, soldier. All right. Yeah, so I'm not here for that. Even though I played yesterday, Mutar Bill saying that I never seen a grown man going live hot trying to say please get on my live. Like, I'm not here for this. Is not entertainment, even though it's entertaining. I did my entertainment tour of duty already. I'm not an entertainer. I just am entertaining about my warfare. The way I go to war, it's like boxers or martial artists or whatever. It's entertaining, but they're not entertainers. They say that with their mouth. Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they are entertainers. We want to give the people a good show, and I like that. I don't want to give the people a good show. I want to give the enemy a good slaying. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I want. So the Quran says to make an example out of them, like, and scatter them, for the people coming behind them. So yeah, I am trying to make a certain type of show. I am trying to make a certain type of example out of certain people that have got so bold with challenging the flame or with their slander or whatever, because nothing never happened to them. They thought nothing would ever happen to them. And this is the shock of that hour. Like, I'm just the low level. I'm a representation of how bad it's going to get the higher you get up the scholarship grade level of brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam. I'm just the floor level. I'm the floor level on these YouTube streets. So if you can't handle what I'm doing to you, you don't want no parts of the next level. So, but no, this is not for entertainment purposes. This is for getting rid of, hurling truth against falsehood till it knocks out its brain mint purposes. So I would love, like I said, for anybody that feels the way, whatever, the rage that G-Town Majors apparently feels. I don't know who they are. Somebody said that they're not even black, but I hear black people's voices. They don't show their face on this little series that they just did. But show your face over here. I mean, it's whatever. Like, we're not enraged. We over here smiling and laughing and clowning and joking. And you looking for reasons to try to stir up emotions because you playing out of the small cap emotional manipulation Bobby Boucher playbook. You're trying to use Mutar and his family, and you keep having him to recite the same bar, 13 times. My mother 13 times in front of me when I was a little boy. That's terrible. Nobody condones that. But why do you keep on saying the Nation of Islam did it? Why do you keep saying that? Why do you keep putting the Nation of Islam as though our character or our laws or our morals have something to do with, using blickies, which we don't, let alone using blickies on a woman in front of her 2 or 3 year old child Why do you keep on putting NOI members with that crime? You want to stir up violence. You want to stir up the emotions and the rage, that's really sitting on envy, the envy of Farrakhan, the envy of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the envy that the Mahdi, and Messiah Mahdi did show up and come here and reveal his revelation to us. That's envy. And then that envy, of course, is attached to the pride, and the pride is attached to the outrage, and all of that is just insanity. So in your insanity, you are going to try to get physical. You are trying to stir yourself up and pep yourself up and pep each other up, or somebody else that loves Mutar, that, they lost a mother or some, or a child the same way. You keep trying to, to light that match. You know what I mean? You're trying to dip that match in NOI color, in NOI fluid. You know what I'm saying? We know what you're doing, and we know who you being pushed and instructed and inspired and supported and sponsored by to do it. But ultimately, it's from the greatest enemy, but, it's buffers. The family got a lot of buffers. The family got a lot of buffers. The Godfather don't get his hands dirty directly. He got capos and underbosses for that. You know what I'm saying? I do want to hear from somebody if y'all want to show up. It was something else that I wanted to post, but let me see if I could pull it up. And hopefully, yeah, there we go. It's just little clips, little beautiful little herbs and spices.
So Mecca, this time period of quiet where people can't come to Mecca, then you have to clean Mecca up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We don't worship the stone. We understand that stone is a sign of something bigger than itself. But if you fall into the trap of worshiping a stone, then you're no better than the idolaters that Prophet Muhammad had to cleanse the Kaaba of 1400 years ago. Come out and repent.
Come out and repent, people of Mecca. People of Mecca, come out and repent, or not, or just say that, Farrakhan is not qualified and Allah ain't really with him. He don't really represent Allah, and then do what you think you got to do. Let's just see how it goes.
In Mecca, maybe about 10 years ago, I was there during Ramadan, and at the night of power, we were in Al-Haram. And I want to say this to you, my dear beloved Muslims. When I went to make Umrah, the king allowed me and my party to stay in the king's hotel. I want you to listen. I did not ask for this. They gave me a police escort from Jeddah to Medina and from Jeddah to Mecca. I didn't ask for this. On my way to the Prophet's mosque in Medina, Sheikh Tijani was there with some of the followers of Elijah Muhammad, and I said to Sheikh Tijani, and tears were flowing from my eyes, I said, when I get to the Prophet's mosque, would you lead me to his tomb? I want to make a dua. And he just listened carefully. And I said, I'm not praying to the Prophet. I'm praying to Allah concerning the Prophet.
Listen.
When we got to Medina, he led me to the tomb of the Prophet. And when I raised my hands to make a dua, the guards came. And Sheikh Tijani said, leave him alone, leave him alone. And my prayer was, oh Allah, grant me a double portion of the spirit that you gave your prophet, that we might continue his work to its completion in the Western Hemisphere. Did you hear my prayer? You are not here as a Muslim in America to just be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be an engineer, and to build beautiful masjids and whatnot with nobody in it but those of us who say La ilaha illallah. We are here to show the Western world what Islam really is by our conduct. But the most important thing is the Prophet's work is not done until every human being has had a chance to hear the message of Islam, and then they have a chance to either accept it or reject it. You cannot call the people disbelievers if you have not brought them the belief of Islam that they may accept it or reject it.
Man, I'm waiting to hear y'all's representatives or y'all's leaders, doing things this profound. We got the receipts.
Understand.
And I'm gonna put the, this is something I played on my other channel, on my personal channel, but I'm not gonna play the audio because it's copyright. This is Digital Soapbox Network, so I don't want no copyright. But this was Imam Wardeen and Minister Farrakhan sitting down after being arch so-called enemies in theology, and we saw him as destroying his father and our life work sacrifice as destroying the nation of Islam. But after all of that, no bloodshed between our groups and his groups, the followers of Farrakhan and the followers of Wardeen, has ever happened. And now, this is before he passed, because he passed, I think, in 2008. But look at them sitting down. This is after all of the drama, all of the beef, all of the people that lost their lives and went crazy and died, and confused and went back into the world and was tripping. And that was around the time that Mutah parents, got unalive under that confusion and that mess and that chaos. But after all is said and done, the leaders can sit down like this, but y'all can't sit down with me. You can call my name just like I'm a student of Farrakhan, just like you. I don't know if you're a student of, or that's your community Wardeen, or if you're a student of, I don't know. I don't know who your leader community, your official reputable scholars are, because you won't tell us. You won't show us. I want to see who your scholars are, and then ask your scholars if they'll give you the permission to sit down with me like this. You ain't never heard me cuss nobody out, call them kafirs, tell them they soul is damned and all of that. And then you shouldn't even sit down and listen to them because they're not gonna change their belief. Well, why are they able to do that? They both sons of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. No matter what, even if they disagree with each other, that's a physical and a spiritual son of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that still got us civilized enough to sit down and dialogue in front of somebody else. Let somebody else moderate or mediate. And really, that's two people that have the same belief against Farrakhan. That's Orthodox Muslim. The host is an Orthodox Muslim, and Wardeen was Orthodox Muslim. And Minister Farrakhan is still there. No cussing, no arguing, even though the whole nation was destroyed. That, we think by Allah's permission, but by the hands of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's biological son that's sitting right there, Wallace. But we can still sit down. Why y'all can't do that? Why y'all scared to do? Why is this so? Why got to be so much outrage? And you outrage. Allah ain't outraged. Why are you outraged if Allah ain't outraged? You outraged because we won't believe in your interpretation of who Allah is or what Allah is? No, that's arrogance. That's satanic. The Quran say none knows its interpretation except he who Allah reveals the interpretation to. We saying that he revealed the interpretation. And we see the results and the product of it, the work, the success, the track record, the accomplishments, the converse, the redemption, the unity, the health, the intelligence, to such degree that you scared to sit down with us. You scared to sit down with us just like that and just have a conversation. You know you're not going to get cussed out. You know you're not going to get lied on. You know he's not a liar. You know the FOI, NOI are not liars. So if you know we're not going to lie on you and we're not going to lie on the Quran, you just have to submit that we just have a different interpretation, that you cannot control my interpretation. You are not the judge or the author or the authority of my interpretation of nothing. I got a brain that works. My brain, when I read the Quran, it says Allah has two hands. My brain, the way my brain is set up, the way my brain was been unlocked to think freely, is that if some character is in a book that says that they got two hands, then it's a lot of people that got two hands. So if you tell me that none is like him, but he got two hands, you already lost. That's already a false statement. If none was like him, he wouldn't have no hands, let alone the same amount of hands that I got. If he has eyes, and I have eyes, and damn near every creature on the planet has eyes, but you say none is like him, his eyes are some other kind of eyes. No, you just disqualified yourself again. If he has emotions, if he has a shin, if he has legs, if he has a shin, right? It ain't many animals that have shins. I don't think there's no animal that got a shin, do it? Because you have to be bipedal to have a shin. I mean, you can say that a bear or an elephant or something have a shin, but the Quran say he got a face. If he got a face, and we know what a face means, and I got a face, or every human being on the planet got a face, how are you saying none is like him? So now we got to look at the word like. When you say none is like him, now we got to look at what the meaning and interpretation of the word like is, because now we got to get into wrangling and debating over the meaning and the context of and the tense of words. None is like him. Okay. None is like me. What's your fingerprint? Look at your fingerprint. There's no fingerprint like yours. In one sense, every fingerprint is like yours, but then in another sense, no fingerprint is like yours. So what kind of like are we talking about when we say none is like him? But you don't want to sit down with that, because once you do that with them, then you diffuse their false authority. Then they're going to try to run you to Arabic. Well, Arabic says this, Arabic says that. All right, well, let me show you this. And they have defunct this website, I'm sure, because I've been using it so much and promoting it so much. Hang on one second. Uh-oh. Share screen. This website right here. This is called islamawakened.com, and I'm going to put the link to that in the chat. There's the link. to this particular whatever, and I had it already kind of bookmarked to a certain point, and I'm gonna show you why I did that. I mean, why I like this website, and I happen to be on chapter 3, verse 18 and 19. It says, "O you who believe, take not for intimate friends others than your own people." Whatever that means, your own people. In this case, we mean people that believe like you, people of like minds or like interpretations. Take not for intimate friends others than your people of your own interpretation of things. Because if they're not of your own interpretation, they spare no pains to cause you loss. They love that kind of interpretation that distresses you. So our interpretation of Allah distresses them, and their interpretation of Allah and their emotionalism distresses us. But here's the difference. Vehement hatred has already appeared from out of their mouths. We ain't said no vehement hatred about no Arabs and no Germantown, Sunni, whatever, whoever been saying whatever they've been saying about the NOI. Vehement hatred has not appeared out of no NOI's mouth for nobody, but it has from them. It appeared out their mouths, and it says, and that which their hearts still conceal is greater still. So what we already know, the rage and outrage and bloodshed, whatever words that people is in my inbox with, that came out your mouth or your keyboard, but it says what their hearts conceal is greater still. Allah says, but indeed we have made the messages clear to you. Lo, some of you are they who still will love them while they love you not. Why would I love a so-called Muslim or so-called Muslim community that say I'm not even a Muslim, that I'm a kafir? My interpretation of Allah, my belief in this interpretation is worse than unalive and brutally unalive and 1 million women and children. That's what they said about you. But some of us will still say they love it. Those are our brothers, man. We love them. Like, well, at a certain point, if they know better and they know enough to study the Nation of Islam to try to hurt it and slander it and destroy it, that's no longer your people. Those are not your people. It don't mean you talking vehemently or hatred about them. You just leave them alone. Let them do their thing. You're not in my head rent free. We doing our thing. But I'm only saying this because I'm responding to them speaking evilly publicly against us, slandering us with, violent accusations. And it says, and you believe in the book and the whole of it. And when they meet you, they say we are believers. But when they're alone, they bite their fingertips in rage against you. Say, expire in your rage. Surely Allah knows what is in the hearts, right? So the reason why I even brought this up, because I'm going to hit the backspace and I'm going to show y'all something. With this is just, what verse is this? This is 3:18. This is chapter 3, 118. But the reason I'm showing you is this website, if you scroll down, you see Muhammad Assad, you see Muhammad Mahmoud Ghali, you see Safi Kaskas. So this, and you see, source Arabic and literal tools, the raw Arabic, the transliteration of 2021, and then word for word from Dr. Shinza Sheikh and Miss Kausar Khatri and more. Generally accepted translations of the meaning, and so it's going to go through by rank. It's going to scroll through 57. None of these are Nation of Islam interpretations. None of these are Nation of Islam translations of Quranic Arabic into English. But if you go on here, they all are going to say he this and he that and we this. So they all agree in the pronouns that they use. Their top Quranic Arabic scholars of Quranic Arabic into English, of the Holy Quran. So you can't pin that on the Nation of Islam, and you can't just take one book, one Quran translator, and then make your argument. Well, no, this real Quran says this. So Arabic means it. No, this is a 57 top Arabic scientists right here. So we can use our brain to just scroll through all 57. One of them says he, one of them says he, one of them says it, one of them says they, we, and you can use your own deductive reasoning because they can't even agree. So if 57 don't agree on the same word, the same Arabic word, what make me think that I'm supposed to listen to your one ass interpretation and it's supposed to be the right one? You know what I'm saying? This is a consensus. This is how you use consensus. And since they didn't know nothing about the Nation of Islam, they don't know that they're helping us. They don't know they're helping us with the way they interpret it. And all we got to do is look at it like, oh man, all these real Muslims say he and it and such, and he and the face, and he got a face, and he got two hands, he got two eyes and a shin. Like, oh, y'all done effed up. Menace to society. Cain in the interrogation. You know you done effed up, right? Letting us find these resources, or Allah letting us find these resources of your scholars, your translators of Quranic Arabic into English. Oh, you done effed up. So all of y'all need to use these weapons for all these. You have to seek Arabic. The real Arabic, man. I don't need to learn nothing. I need to go right here to Islam Awakened website. All of them are more accomplished than you. You know what I'm saying? All of them have written or transcribed the Holy Quran for decades, right? Some of them go back down there 100 years or more. Yusuf Ali's and I don't care. It's all of them. If you say it's the Ahmadiyya, Muhammad, Maulana Muhammad, it's all of them from the main so-called sects, and you can just sit back and weigh them all for yourself and say, well, generally most of these basically agree, and they all basically generally seem like they saying this, and you can form your own educated consensus based on all of that. You get the benefit of hindsight of looking back at all of the wrangling and warring or whatever that they had to go through to establish their interpretation, and chart it or whatever. And you're gonna try to sit here and think I'm gonna be stupid enough to argue with your little local booty about your one claim of the right interpretation of Quranic words or whatever? No, sir. No, ma'am. Sorry. Not sorry. You know what I'm saying? So the Nation of Islam is here to give you the swords. We here to give you the real weapon, the weapons of Allah. It's not this. It's this. It's put some in your brain and put some in your heart and putting some fluid back in your testicles and giving you the sword. I can't give you the courage. I can't make you have the courage to say this and upset people and know that they're gonna want to spill your plasma, your red plasma fluid. If you scared, this ain't for you. If you scared that that's going to be the reaction and the response, then we really still don't believe in Allah as your protector or your wali, your protecting friend. We're not reckless. We're not running to physically attack nobody. They're verbally attacking us, and we verbally is responding by slaying that. Hurling truth and hurling the weapons of truth at that, and making public examples of so fiercely that they got to think twice. Trust and believe any ninja, any minion of the whoever is gonna think twice before they try this again because of what we doing here. They're gonna think twice. That's why they got to come at you physically. They got to trick you into, saying something that's going to trigger the people's emotions so they can just emotionally, in a fit of rage or passion or anger or whatever, allegedly black out an MK Ultra and try to do something to you physically. We know that too. But we got a God that we rely on. That's why Muslims is never the aggressor. We got to have faith in Allah that we have to let them initiate violence on us first. So, if you get the drop on me, okay, I know what my God is going to do in response. Quicker that you try it, the quicker that, the God and his angels going to clean y'all out. But somebody has to, in real time respond to the attacks, the verbal attacks. I've been trying to find this video of our father, Elijah Muhammad, when he was talking about whenever your leader is attacked, you is attacked. He using Ebonic. You is attacked. Whenever your leader is attacked, you is attacked. right? And he's like, if you waiting on me, talking about Elijah, you hear somebody talking bad about me and talking about this nation and this house, and you waiting on me to respond before you respond, then you're not much of a help. No. If you see it and your general orders and somebody's committing a nuisance or, trying to whatever, then you're supposed to handle that. We know the rules of engagement. We know how to handle what we're supposed to. This is just verbal. You see somebody infecting and, trying to influence our people to think Elijah Muhammad's house is a foul house and he didn't build no good house. No, if you're not doing it, this is just my personal opinion here. But if you're not doing what I'm doing, what little brother Cam is doing, immediately jumping out there, not emotionally, but if you're not jumping out there and attack the ones that attacked your leader and from up verbally, they slandering them, they foul. Why be quiet? Why be quiet? No. I got to go on record. I'm not going to be here forever. So this is a blessing for me to at least make myself immortal of some kind of value to the God and to eternity, to the righteous for eternity, that I use my time to really jump off the porch and step up, not emotionally, not hastily, not wildly, not ignorantly. But you see what it is. We know what time it is. I'm just trying to give y'all the example or whatever and help, inspire you to not be afraid or whatever. Like, but I'm looking for views. I am looking for views. So we know they're viewing, we know they're watching, even though they control the governing of numbers or whatever they use, they censorship or they shadow banning or whatever they do. All right, whatever. This is going to if this get to one person, that's just like when I was dealing with Cube or Snoop or anybody. They was just one person. All I needed to get to is one person. I learned that in the NOI, the science of, and even the devil will tell you, it's not how many people you such and such, it's who you such and such. In the same with this, it's not how many people you necessarily that you influence, it's who you influence. If I can get to Cube, then I got to millions of people. It don't got to be coming out of my mouth. That's ego. That's childishness. That's vanity. Yeah, I want to be the one known for this. No, if I know he's saying it, and I know, and God know, and he know, who influenced this and whose teachings or whose ideas or whose mind or whose aim and purpose and function that he's representing, then I'm cool. God ain't gonna waste my reward, So it ain't about how many people you individually get to. My older brother, Reuben Muhammad, he got to me. And so however many people I'm blessed to get to, he got to him by getting to me. He got to him by getting to me. He got to him through me. And whoever got to him and then got to me and got to all of them through him. So I'm not worried about small little numbers. I'm not worried about putting no little governor or censor on my numbers. Somebody that's hearing this is globally influential. If they ain't globally influential right now, they will be. So I'm not worried about their or y'all's perception of numbers or clicks and views. No, I'm not worried about that. But I do want to represent. I do want to have my life have meaning and purpose bigger than just myself. And it's nothing less than an honor and a privilege to be on the front line and to still be on the front line. So here's the link. Here's the StreamYard link. I don't expect nobody gonna really show up in opposition, but I hope you do. And it's not hatred or outrage. I don't have no outrage for you. I don't have no cuss words for you. You disagree with me, I have just some questions and conversation. Can we do that? And anything that you claim is the real interpretation of Islam, I'm just gonna run these on you. I'm just gonna run this on you right here. We just gonna go through 57 of them. We're gonna find how many of them 57 agree with what you say it means versus how many of them agrees with what I didn't study that it means, because I didn't study all these 57, to come up with my little grade level. So anything you hear me say, even though it sounds like freestyling and like I'm just coming off the dome, I'm not. I was blessed and gifted with the type of exercise, mental and verbal exercise, by being a rapper and a writer for the last 30, almost 40 years now. So this is what I do. This is why it's so hard to handle people like myself. Well, I'll just say myself, because I don't know no FOI, no other FOI that was blessed to reach the seasoned rank and status of a FOI and being, in this field called rap, or master of ceremony, or a lot of people is 5%ers, but they not FOI. So I'm the only one that I know of. I'm not saying there's not no others. K Reno, myself, K Reno. I'm talking about somebody that is known for their lyrics, of having fire lyrics and representing the FOI. So I don't know nobody that's older than me in that, that's more seasoned than me in that. That's why you can't handle me unless Allah please. That's why you don't want to try unless Allah please. You see how many people Muta or Napoleon is able to influence with his grade level? Do he got the fish? Has he caught the type of fish that Allah blessed me to catch, has blessed me to catch in my career? Who by Allah's permission have I influenced with my FOI representation in this rap game versus who he's influenced with his Outlaws or Tupac, whatever, even from the outlaw representation to the Sunni Muslim representation. Let's line them up. Let's line them up. So no, I'm not here competing. I see Donique, Blacktastic. Donique is a youngster. There's no disrespect. Donique is a youngster. I'm 56 years old. I've been in this for 35 years. I don't know how old Donique is, and that's my young slider. You know what I'm saying? Very, very beautiful and handsome young brother. You know what I'm saying? Do his thing. But I don't know how old he is, but I've probably been doing this for the amount of years that he's been alive. So that's what I mean. Who's more seasoned? Who's you know what I'm saying? So that's why I do this. I don't even rap no more like that. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. I already did that tour of duty of rapping or the entertainment world. I'm not interested in it. I'm interested in this. This is my passion. I want to talk to 5 men every day. Like Muta said, how you talk to men, 5 back-to-back 5 men in a day? Like, you clearly don't know nothing about FOI. You clearly don't got no military army structure, military line organization, brotherhood, or martial arts training, or what? Like, you don't talk to men. You don't talk to as many men as you can all day. And it's wartime, boy, you better start trying to talk to some men. But yeah, that was the StreamYard link. So I guess, man, nobody else want to hop on. It was a lot more I meant to say. I think I covered the majority of it. Did I play this already? Did I play that? I played that already, right? Because I don't need to play it, but I want y'all to go on YouTube and find it. Say IIS Muslim Magazine, and watch the whole interview, because the whole interview is like an hour and something. And just watch it. They didn't all agree with each other, but I played the little clip where he said Allah is with you. He said this.
Allah is with you. You are with me.
Allah is with you. I think this is a year after he did the Pope thing. So this is a year after he went to the Vatican or St. Peter's Basilica or whatever and said his little thing with the Pope. And I was kind of curious, did the Pope ever tell him something? Because in the out of body, when Allah blessed Farrakhan to speak with the Pope, he told, the Pope told Farrakhan some things about his father's identity and about his own identity. I wonder if the Pope told Wardeen anything in flesh and blood and face, before or after the little meeting that made him come back here and said, Allah is with you.
Allah is with you.
Allah is with you. This is a year after the Pope meeting. So did the Pope tell Imam Dean Muhammad that something to make him come back and tell Farrakhan that? Right, yo. Black Pearl, little girl. So yeah, man, it's something just something to think about. But yeah, if it's nothing else, man, if y'all don't, y'all don't have no questions for me or any comments that y'all want to talk about, if y'all don't mind, hit the like button. I need that. Can y'all hit the like button? Share this. I'll stay on here for a few more minutes if y'all share it. If y'all share it with somebody that saying that they disagree, because we're here for disagreements. I'm not here for nobody to agree with me. I really don't want to talk with nobody on live that agrees with me. I only want to talk to people that disagree. Black Symphony Beats, here's my comment. Surah 13, which is the thunder, verse 11, for each one are successive angels before and behind him who protect him, who guard him by Allah's command. Absolutely. I'm not sure why you wanted us to know that, and because are you saying I'm not sure? I'm not sure the context of that. Black Symphony Beats. For each of us are angels guarding the consequences of our deeds, or are you talking about the righteous or the messenger of Allah? They guarding. I mean, oh yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. It's not just me. Black Symphony Beats. All of the believers have the same protection. Yeah, all of the believers have the same protection, but it's not about not being fearless, because there's a such thing as the 10,000 fearless, but they're not 10,000 foolish. It's not the 10,000 foolish because a lot of people that's fearless are also foolish. That's why they fearless, because they foolish. We're not we're not trying to be part of the 10,000 foolish, because we know human beings can be unalived. So part of our protection is in being smart, being wise, and knowing what to not say, what to not do, where not to go and where to go. Like Farrakhan say, wherever Elijah say about Farrakhan, wherever when you see him, look at him. Wherever he say go, go. Wherever he tell you to stay from, stay from. That's 10,000 fearless right there. I don't fear obeying Farrakhan. That's part of the fearlessness right there. I don't fear saying that I'm a follower of Farrakhan and being obedient to Farrakhan and saying Farrakhan is my Messiah, my Lord. I don't fear looking stupid. I don't fear looking like a clone or a cult fool or whatever. I don't fear you calling me a fool or I worship a man. I don't fear that. Yeah, I worship a man. Farrakhan is my Messiah. Elijah Muhammad is Mahdi and God now, and Master Fard Muhammad, the Savior and Deliverer. His rank is immeasurable. His rank is what I believe is equivalent with the originator. Equivalent with the originator of the heavens and the earth. He's the one that completed the work or the will and perfected the idea of the originator, the Allah that everybody wants to acknowledge. The Muslim world, when they acknowledge Allah, they acknowledging the originator. That's the one that they talking about. none is like him. That's true. That's true. But we're talking about where we are right now. We're not 78 trillion years ago. We're 78 trillion years later. So where we are now is the day of judgment in which we now live. The Allah of the origination 76 trillion years ago was not the same conditions, not the same trials and tribulations of what we at now after Satan has been extracted and given full time to express itself. And now we at what is called, he's the master. The Allah today is the master of the day of judgment or requital in which we now live. There's only ever been one day of judgment. There's only ever one time of judgment. There was not no judgment back in Jesus' time or Abraham time or Adam time or David's time or Muhammad's time. That was not the day of judgment in which we, master of the day of requital. No, that's only one time. That's only going to happen one time and never again. So we living in the time of the fulfillment, the completion of that. We're not living in the time of the originator. We're not in the originator's time. We in the perfection of the originator's time. That's why you have to be able to study and know more than just the Quran. You got to know the Torah. You got to know the Zabur, the Psalms of David, the wisdom of David. Why David? Right? You got to know that David had a heart after God's own heart, after Allah's own heart. Oh, no, Allah don't have a heart. According to you, limited so-called real Muslims, Allah don't have a heart. But according to the Zabur and the Torah and the gospel, Allah do got a heart. And God or David's heart was after Allah's own heart. So you enraged at us because we know what the Torah say. We understand the Torah, the Zabur, the gospel, and the Quran. And we know that our Messiah was taught the fullest manifestation and revelation of the meaning of the Torah, the gospel, the book, and the wisdom. The wisdom. The wisdom of who? The wisdom of Allah. If it's Allah the one saying it, it's the wisdom of Allah. If Allah is the one saying it, it ain't the wisdom of believers. Allah is He. He will teach him the book. The Torah, the gospel, the book, and the wisdom of it all. The wisdom, meaning the supreme wisdom, revelation, not something that you can ever research because it was never revealed. I don't care how many scholars and how many sources, my research, I'm a scientist, my research don't mean it. You can't research revelation of Allah. Who's the scholar that you're going to source? It's the secret of Allah. That's like the Bible. Like I said, you're not going back to the Bible. Revelations 10:7. In that day when the seventh angel shall begin to sound, the mystery of God. You can't research the mystery of God. What scholars, what libraries, what hadiths, you know what I'm saying, companions is going to give you the mystery of the revelation of the identity of God. Knock it off. No, revelation cannot be researched because it's been a secret. Your own Quran tells you the mother book. Nobody has access to the mother book but Allah and whoever he decides he wants to give access to it. So if he decides to give access of the mother book to his Messiah, and the Messiah tells us before he tells you, then you're going to say, no, that's preposterous, that's blasphemy, that's shirk. You're going to say exactly what you're saying. How you know what the reality of God is going to be, what it's going to look like? If you had any idea, you would have stumbled across it already. You would have stumbled upon it already. No, it was right up under your nose. Matter of fact, the Quran said it was closer to you than your own life vein. That's how close the secret was. It was closer to you. The secret of the knowledge of where and what and who Allah is was closer to you. It wasn't just under your own nose. It was in your skull and it was in your DNA the whole time. Closer to you than your own life vein. Allah said he closer to you than your own life vein. Well, shit. Excuse me. The only thing closer than your own life vein is you. Is it being you? It's closer than your own blood, the blood of your own body that goes to your brain. Ain't nothing closer than that. Why are you saying God or Allah is out there somewhere? Something that you can't understand when the Quran say Allah is closer to you than your own life vein. He must be you. He must be in you. But hey, man, that's just my interpretation. That's shirk. Since I'm already shirking y'all, since I'm already getting y'all hot as fish grease, I may as well go all the way and cook this whole fish. May as well cook the whole fish. So am I scared? Are y'all scaring me? You know, matter of fact, you make me want to talk more. You make me want to say that, you know, and I got to be careful about that because I don't want to just spite you and just start trying to drop meat that our people to choke on. Because the Father did say, get a baby milk. So the question is, are we still supposed to be drinking milk? Do you got teeth, but you still trying to suck on your mama's breast for milk? Or should we take the milk from you and force you to eat meat, force you to eat solid food? And when I say force, I don't mean force, push it in your mouth, but just take the access to milk away. Because Allah has already taken the satisfaction of milk away. This is why we even over here listening to me. Because your religious food or your religious milk is no longer satisfying. You feel stagnant. You feel a void. You feel like your teachings, your spiritual or God teachings is not giving you the nutrition that you know you're supposed to be getting from God's teaching. You need solid food. You don't need baby milk no more. You don't need no baby milk of God no more. You need the solid, real teachings that you couldn't bear to chew on and digest when you didn't have no wisdom teeth. You're supposed to have wisdom teeth now. You're supposed to be able to chew on this and swallow it. But, you know, it is what it is. But I guess that's it, man. I'm yelling. You know, I really don't yell if I'm talking to nobody, but if I'm forced to just talk to myself, then I'm going to yell a little bit. So I apologize for yelling at y'all. I'm not yelling at y'all, but, you know, y'all having to hear me yell. This is the last final call for Taj Mahal. Right here, there's the StreamYard link. If there's nothing else, man, I'll get out y'all face. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. This is Kam-Pain Show Live, Sunday Night School. More receipts and much more receipts to come. These next receipts is going to be terrible. I mean, if it's not as though these wasn't already terrible, but the next receipt, the next wave of receipts is, oh, man. So anyway, man, that's it. Thank y'all, man. I love y'all. I pray that Mutar Bill and his whole community, especially the descendants of slaves, is willing to sit down and dialogue like Imam Wardeen and Farrakhan and come to some mutual respect and agreement and not slander each other, not accuse each other of being the character of violence that would unalive mothers and parents in front of their little babies and tap them 13 times. You want to keep giving the details, and that's terrible. You want to keep on, trying to inspire a emotional outrage, physical reaction. So that's very unwise. I wouldn't do it. But on that note, salute to all the Wrench Mob, all my fam. Ramo Duff, I see you. Isaac Morris, much love. Thank you. Wa alaikum salam, and we out. Peace.